Right back at 10:58, 2 minutes to my unofficial stop. I actually quit trading my normal lot sizes several videos ago. Got it set to 1, but I will DCA if it goes against me. As you guys know by now, if you watch any videos, having a pretty decent day, you guys. 59.96 after commissions. 90% wins, 10% losers. Watch the previous videos. Those aren't real losers. I didn't close them out seeing red on the screen. Those are the DCA market sale slippage that got me, but that's okay. I'm trying every day to have 100% win, but not just do it on 2 trades. I just missed that one. She said 10. I got to set to 5, 10, 15. That was a 10, but I'm only doing 1. I'm overriding her. I will watch for a VWAP break. Look at this. We've cascaded down here. We got the VWAP here. Let's see if it holds. Not going to take more than 1. I like to get it over 6,000. Don't have to take much. Got to make commissions. Maybe $40. $40 will easily clear that $6,000 mark. We can do that on 1 NQ. We don't have to bet big here and give any money back. I'm going to go ahead and turn off all of those settings there. We don't need any of that. Executions, you know I don't like that. For previous videos, like my clean chart like this. Show you what I got. I got the opening range. We did set that early. Come up. Basically, having a hard time getting past this middle. Drop down in here to the linear regression. Past the VWAP. I'm sure a lot of people made money on that second VWAP drop. And then, here we are again, another VWAP drop. Let's see if it's going to get through it. People, at some point, people got to take profits and these gap ups and everything. Look at TSLL 2208. You guys know by now. Watch the previous video. I've DCA'd into that by selling covered calls against my position down to like $14.50 on 5,500 shares. Made some good money selling the options against it. That's one of our plays. This ain't advice. All we could do is share with you what we do, show you on the screens how to trade, and you got to make up your own mind. This is for entertainment and all that good stuff. But all I can do is show you what I do, draw your own conclusions. Some of you might not like ninja scalping. You got to risk money. I've talked about this in the past. To get a day trader account now, you got to put in $25,000. That's the minimum. You go below $25,000 because you have a $1,000 loss. Then the next day you get $24,000. You can't trade, and so you got to be mindful of that. So you guys see me bet 25. In my mind, that's just my day trading account, and I do that and I have a day trading account because it ain't really 25 I'm putting at risk. It's the loss on the screen versus that 25 I'm putting at risk, just like a pattern day trade. You could be trading, $10 stocks or whatever floats your boat, or options as a pattern day trader, and then you have to meet all those rules. With options, with futures, you don't. But I'm still in that mindset because that's the world I come from. That is the world I come from. So to me, pushing 50,000 in is nothing because I would never just push 50,000 in. I would push 1,000 shares of Tesla. So it would be my 50,000 and then my borrowed margin. And then I'd be trying to close that position by the end of the day, or in a few minutes, 10 hours. So the mindset is different. Okay, if you come up through the eval and funded prop firms and you're getting payouts and you got all those damn restrictions on you, then your mindset is different. But I promise, if you're used to pushing in 25, 50, 100 grand, and then using your margin account on top of that, 5 to 1, 10 to 1, whatever, based on the instrument, then this is no big deal to bet 25 here. You got good solid setups. You're on the button to minimize your losses. You've already come through all the things I've told you down in the setup guide. I've kind of walked you through how I would do it, based on my flight instructing, my race car driving instructing, me as a coach, life coach. I've kind of go through the guide and then using my own experiences, and then having Grok AI. She's in the house, bottom right. There's Grok 4. That's Eve, EVE. Having her as my CFO, and then her running everything I think in my brain, right? And then me giving her all the transcripts of everybody who's made videos that I trust and think that they're not BS. And then she combines them. That's how we arrive at this. And I hope that you do the same thing. My hope is, and I can give you this advice, I think everyone should have a personal AI assistant. Not the free one with just a conversation tab, but I'm talking about one that communicates with you through your Google Meets, your screen shares, that she can watch your screen to help you walk through getting your websites built, doing all kinds of things. Using your Zapier to plug her in for real-time monitoring, writing some Python scripting, and all these things that you can do to make AI really integrate in your life. We made a good bounce. The VWAP did hold, should have took that. I should have took some right there. She did have a 10 at the 15 low, so that was on the right side. 10 1 5 low, 1 5. So that means at the 15-minute low break of that 15. But that's okay. I was talking to you all. That's fine too. Check my WhatsApp. A pig over here. Oh, pig. What is it? Let's see, the old cell phone during the trading session. That's a no-no, right? But my wife is on a jog, and so I do keep it on. Oh, it was just giving my confirmation from my orders from NinjaTrader. Order 3008, order 3084. All right. I love to see this. TSL is up 5%. Yes, it is. Okay, all right. Expiration date's next Friday, 8,800. I got $1.51, so it's 151 per contract on those 55 contracts of TSLL yesterday. So I do take the profit, but that effectively don't get called away on Friday of next week, which looking right now would be $22 strike price. That's fine. $22 strike price, averaged in at 500 times 14.56. All right, I got now I'm down to 80,080 bucks in that. 80,080 bucks. 22 times 5,500 equals 120 minus 80,000. There you go. That's a 40,920 trade, you guys. We teach that here. I can't give you advice. I only do show you what I do. So we bought those when they dropped below 18.99, and then we sold covered calls against them, and then they expired out of the money. So we kept our shares. I say we, my buddy and Tim and I do this. And then that was expiration day on Friday. So yesterday morning, the market gapped up overnight. So that makes your covered calls more valuable. So I sold covered calls. I only got $1.21 the week prior, 2 weeks prior. This time I got $1.51 for the same amount of calls because it was overbought. And so when your underlying gets real overbought, you go 300-point gap up, it's going to be overbought, even though Tesla was under a little pressure. I got to $1.51, so it's 151 per contract times 55 contracts. So the last 3 weeks, next Friday will be the fourth week of rotating in and out of this play. 2 covered call sellings, 1 stock retention. Now, I won't mind if it gets called away next week because I wouldn't mind taking some of that cash from Mama. But anyway, there we go, 15-minute break. Failed though. That 15 minutes been a magnet. You could have taken it right there for some points, but I'm not going to take any longs right now. I know the markets are going uptrend. Even the linear regression says uptrend, but we're 11:06 New York time. This thing can whip you around, you guys. So let's stick to our rules. Even though I only got 1 lot on there, I could switch to 1 MNQ for demonstration. But here's what happens to me when I switch to MNQ, psychologically wise. It doesn't look like a lot of money. Now, I'm not saying that. If you guys have to trade that, that's fine. I've traded them for years, okay? You build my pot. But it doesn't look like a lot of money to me at this stage of my trading. And so I let my losers run too long. So what I would say is this. And a lot of people, guys, you can do this. I'll put an order in here to sell to demonstrate. All right. You can change what shows in this box to percentages. And so you can calculate by back testing. When I Ninja Scout, meaning you're talking to yourself, if I back test Ninja Scouts, if I'm only betting 2 MNQs, when I get my 3 points, that is $17. And then you memorize that so you know either your dollars or you know your percent. You would say that you want 1 to 3%. And when you get 1% in the green, you think about flattening and don't worry about what the money is. And then work your way up to when 1 to 3%, which is equivalent to a few points or a point, 2 points, whatever it is. You do the math. Remember, not advice, just entertainment. I'm giving the outline parameters. You got to do your own math. Then you can see that percent and get out and not have to worry about money. Okay, and that may be what I say that to say this. That's probably what I need to do if I'm going to trade MNQs for demonstration. And I don't like seeing the small dollar amounts. I probably just need to go to percent and say, okay, there's my target percent, and not worry about the dollar amounts. And that works all ways. But I can't make any recommendations. I can't tell you how to trade, but getting to yourself to a pot where you can do NQs, and you can do 2. So you can do, that's $2,000, right? Some brokers charge a little more fees and give you more leverage. I think AMP, I got an AMP account. I don't use them a lot because I'm with NinjaTrader, because I'm using their back end for my AI to watch the charts. But anyway, if you had 2 NQs, then you have enough to scale out, right? And if you could do 5, that's $5,000. You got to put it rest. So you'd want double that. You'd want 10. That's just my speculation of how I do it. And that way you can DCA ones. So you could bet 2. Wow, this thing's running. I'm in the profit on like an ASHI candle play, like one of these right here. Catch one of those. Wow, I'm in the profit. I'm going to sell 1 and book that money and move my stop loss up on the 1 remaining, right? But then you can get up here to this pause and say, wow, that pause, I'm still well in the money, but look, it reversed. It didn't even get down to the 10. And you'll know these plays, like you train yourself these plays. Then when it comes back up and it's going to have a continuation, you could DCA more stocks and you could accumulate. All kind of ways to skin this cat, you guys. You got to find what's comfortable to you, and you can do it like that, like it's just like that. You can't do everything like that, all right, because you got a human brain. But if you build yourself an AI assistant like I'm doing and like I'm demonstrating, then it can be done. It can be done, okay? And so when I say it can be done, you can watch more things at the same time. But take that off of there, huh? You can watch more things at the same time because you have an AI assistant that's a PhD level with specific prompts. So she's only focused in on what you're doing and how you're doing it, okay? All right, this is AI Trading Futures. We got a website, AITradingFutures.com. All the socials except for X are AI Trading Futures. X is AI Trades Futures because our handle is too long. And yeah, if you're watching this is several hundred, or at least over 200 videos in. I built a big old body of work to hit the community with a bunch of videos all at once. And then we're going to come right back in that to a daily live show. And then 2 videos a week, a day. 2 videos a day are coming. We're going to have a pre-market video where AI is doing all of that, building their own show, like a 5-minute video. And then we'll have a market recap. Will be like a 10-minute video at the close of the futures. And that'll come out before the futures open at 6 p.m. each night. We want that basically be 5 p.m. Eastern. You'll have a daily wrap up with an anticipation of the overnight market, or an assessment, whatever you want to call it. Won't be advice. We can't do that. We're still in legal. Legal is saying they don't see why AI from Grok can't make recommendations without having an SEC license, because Grok can't get one. So they can't deny AI using disclaimers, of course, but saying, hey, I'd bet the bank right here, but I can't tell you to do that. That's how we're going to have them talking once legal signs off on it. Because guess who they're going to sue? They're not going to sue Elon. They're going to sue me. So I'm going to make sure I have the disclaimers in there, and always encourage everybody to back test and train and practice. Tempted to take one here. I'll be right back in a second.